Hey everybody, Mel Bell here with your weekly angel reading. I hope everyone's well wherever you are at and at whatever time you are receiving this reading. I'm Mel Bell. My YouTube channel is Mel Bell Oracle, and this particular weekly angel reading is where we see what the angels have to say to us, what's the message for us for this week, and then we also will then ask a question and ask the angels to answer. So if you have a question on your mind, or if you don't, then go ahead and think about it. We'll do that at the end. And first we're going to see what the, initial, that was just a clumsy moment. That wasn't, I don't think that was a jumping card that needed to be seen. But these cards have definitely proved to say, no, that was the card. And then just pop right back up. So let's see what the message is for this week for everybody. Thank you for visiting me and spending this time with me. All right, this one. I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck. Sometimes they come out all at once and the 3. And sometimes I have to shuffle. All right, well, there we go. Those are those cards. So what we've got first is learning experience, okay? This definitely gives me hermit vibes. Now, if you're familiar with the tarot, then you'll understand that. So what I'm gathering, so the hermit goes away and spends time in solitude to gather information about themselves, to detach from the outside world, to sometimes go through transformation or self-healing, and then eventually they come back down the mountaintop with carrying this lantern, bringing this knowledge to others. So you may find yourself challenged by certain experiences in your life where you're wondering why is this happening? Why is, maybe it's like chaotic energy. Why are things like this right now? There is something, you're being challenged. You're the energy is challenging you because something needs to move in you energetically. Sometimes things are the harshest as it's lifting to the surface and to be released, and then you will come out on the other side much more peaceful and have greater well-being. So just if you're going through challenging experiences or a challenging experience, know that this is for your growth. And we all know that's not always comfortable, but can be very helpful. And then I got raise your vibration. Okay, so that's definitely in line with the other card for me. So raise your vibration, basically in order to be in alignment with things that you want out of life. If you're trying to manifest things, you have to be in alignment with it. And I'm hearing the book Ask and It's Given, and that is the book about the law of attraction, but it's outlined in a really unique way, and it talks about like the emotional scale and how, depending on where you're at emotionally, tells you where you're at in alignment with your manifestation. So if you are depressed, the better emotion would be anger. And then you go up the scale and there's acceptance and high up on the scale is joy. And so sometimes raising your vibration can just be acknowledging how you're feeling. Like, I'm feeling apathetic. I'm not. This is an example. I'm feeling apathetic right now. You can then pivot to a better feeling. Knowing your emotional state allows you to then say, okay, what's going on with me? And if you can't really reach an understanding that doesn't, you don't have to always be in your mind to figure out why am I feeling this way, because sometimes it's not even about you. It's what's going on around the world. It's what's going on with a family member or a loved one. So it's okay to not always understand. Sometimes you just need to pivot. And so that might come from watching a funny movie, exercising, going for a walk, taking a salt bath, eating a salad, eating something vibrant like fruit or just things. It's amazing. Certain foods can raise your vibration and certain foods can bring you down. And when I say down, I'm not talking about negative. Because sometimes I know that I need to ground. I will eat something that brings me down a little bit. So back to earth. A lot of times when I give readings, I need to eat something. And it needs to be something that's more of a grounding kind of food. So raise your vibration. Raise your vibration. If something's not coming to fruition, how are you doing emotionally through the days? And also, there may be a challenge coming that will challenge your vibration, that might challenge your feelings, your emotional state, and then I got the intuitions and downloads. This card comes up a lot for you guys. And I think that's just because that's the kind of time that we're in right now, where there's a lot of support coming in for us spiritually. And we need to capitalize on this, because it wasn't always this way and it's not always going to be this way. And so while it is this way, we have the opportunity to be plugged in and grow. And how we grow. So like, I'm thinking about like a plant, and if it's not planted properly or if it's not pruned right, it'll grow funny and it won't have its optimal growth. And so you can think of yourself in that same way. So there could be things that want to come to the surface to be released, and you be like, I'm not focusing on that. Push it down, put it back down. I'm not. Like, I understand. I personally understand that. But know that as things do come to the surface, it is to help you ultimately heal and help you ultimately move forward. So every time we shy away or push something back down, it's going to come back. It's going to keep resurfacing it to be healed and released and let go. And understandable if you have too much going on and you're like, that's just not possible. That's okay too. I think that there's space for that. Okay, let's pull from that. Those are the Angel Guide Oracle cards from Kyle Gray, and this is the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Radleigh Valentine. Okay, so the last time I pulled cards from this deck, and I thought that they vibed very well. So please do let me know if you vibe with them as well. Raise your vibration. Okay, here's one. All right, I think we're gonna do 3 again. This is a really fat deck. I think it's regular, it's probably 76 cards, but it just seems like a very fat deck. All right, almost done, you guys. This is interesting. Just the keywords I'm seeing here real quick. Last card, there you are. Okay. So, Knight of Ariel, trustworthy, understanding, devoted, funny. There is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind, okay? So, that can be, keep in mind, like, the angels do watch over us and they help us, but the angels also work through people. And so either there is someone who's coming into your life to help you, it's somebody you know, somebody who's providing you great support so that you can get something done. Like, she's doing something and they're watching over her. And so I think that's a really important image. Also take note of that she's at a farm and she's tending the farm. So that also has to do with, for me, growth. Has to do with working on building something and nurturing something, wanting it to grow. And Page of Michael, truthful, perceptive, analytical, blunt. An exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. What was interesting about that is that it says truthful. Sorry. Here, let me get that perfect for you. The first word is truthful. And then the other card, the first word is trustworthy. So I think that is very important, you guys. It's a very important message, especially since the Lovers came up. I think that's really poignant that the Lovers card came up and you've got two, I wouldn't necessarily say masculine, well, maybe masculine. I wouldn't want to shut out anybody else. They are both masculine images in the cards, but I'm just seeing more of like a mate. So I am wondering if you are single, if maybe there's an opportunity for new romance and love. And if you are in a relationship, maybe there's a chance for renewed love. The message of the Lovers is also about a choice. So make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. So keep in mind that, like I said, there's also the choice. It's not always about romance, but because the other cards are definitely talking about someone you can trust and another person. It's talking about another person. So, and this other person may be causing a learning experience for you. And also, when we do finally get in relationships that are healthy, it is natural for old stuff to come up, to be healed and released. And sometimes it's jarring because you're so used to being the one being normal, being cool and chill, because the other person's always causing all the drama and you're just trying to keep things balanced and steady, that when you get in a relationship with someone who is healthy, then you feel like the one that's messed up. So be aware of yourself in relationships. Self-awareness. Are you being triggered? Is it about that person or is it about your past? Okay. So for those of you who are single and aren't looking for anybody, I would say that could also be about business. And it can be about working with somebody in a partnership and choosing to partner with somebody on something, and it could be about your home, hiring a contractor, deciding on who you want, and make sure that you are reviewing the terms. If you're writing a book, if you're looking to write an article, if somebody wants to work with you in some way, there's definitely, so everything definitely involves someone else. Okay, so if you're struggling with something, it might be that you need someone else involved, and maybe you can't move forward because that someone is not involved in aligning with this other person, making this partnership. Then everything skyrockets, and that could just be because that is your path. Like, that's what you're supposed to be doing. That your path is aligned with someone else's path. And so the two of you have to come together in order to move forward on a certain goal. So it's not always a solitary thing. Like the hermit coming down from the mountain, bringing their learned experiences. And that could be you, and it can be another person who, or you both have done the same thing. Like the two of you have been working on something separately, and now you come together and you're able to empower each other. So power couples are not always about relationships, romantic relationships. They can be a business partnership that makes you a power couple. Okay, so now we're going to do our question. Thank you for sticking around for this. Please like, share, subscribe, share with a friend if you think something kind of hints towards something that a friend is going through right now. I appreciate the support in any way that you give it. And we're going to ask our angels, what is the answer to our question? Feel free to pause, you guys, if you want a moment to think of your question. Right here. Oops. Okay, fell right out. Okay. Goodness. Okay. 2 fell out. So we're going to go ahead, and this is opportunity. Opportunity. So, this says this is a great opportunity. There's a possibility, like this is kind of a yes card, but not exactly a yes card. Like more information is needed. And I got reconsider. So what I'm kind of getting from this is that you might need to reassess some part of some plan that you are working on, and not that the plan is not good, just that it needs tweaking. Also, I would say that if that doesn't work for your question, that also there is an opportunity for a positive outcome in this situation, but that maybe there's some things you have not thought about yet. Maybe there's going to be some breakthrough where then things align and come into balance. Okay. And I think that's it. I think that's it on the card. So let me just think real quick, because I do feel like angels be wanting to talk. But we're 20 minutes in. I think we made good time. And lastly, it's important right now to journal, to write what you're receiving, what you're thinking. If you don't want to write, you can also record on your phone. But I think it's important to, if you're having like crazy dreams, to dream journal. The symbolism might be really important. Your intuition comes in different ways, and also to get yourself clear, to get your mind clear. Journaling is really helpful for that. And the clearer your mind is, the better you are able to receive intuition. Your intuition and your downloads being things that you are receiving from your higher self in alignment with your growth, with your timeline. So I feel there's certain goalposts in life, and this is probably a major goalpost in your life where you can basically leap to a new state of being, understanding of yourself, of your life, if you capitalize on this moment. And then, of course, lastly, meditation. Allowing yourself to receive, because when you sit in meditation, you are basically then allowing. You are in a state of being. And when you are being, you are allowing. You're not thinking of the next thing you need to do or worrying over something. You are in a state of allowing. And it's hard to meditate and clear your mind fully, but when you do, there's this 0 point, and that's when you're not thinking of anything, and it can be momentary, and then you start thinking about the fact that you're not thinking about anything, but in that moment you're receiving very quickly. So meditation is a practice. It's not something that you get an A+ in. That's not the point. The point is in the practice of it. Okay, I hope that that's helpful for you guys, and I hope that you have a great week, and may the angels be with you as they truly always are. Take care, everybody. Bye.